Nagesh,
Yes, sir.
keep your poster.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I welcome all the participants to the mental health awareness series conducted by Mano Jagruti. And this is the 31st day of the mental health series, the last day of the series. Once again, welcome, everyone. And today we just jump into the topic. So there are a few disclaimers which I would like to share. So the topic which I chose is based on the need of the current market and in the society. Okay, and one disclaimer is this session is not related to the therapy, and this is not a group counseling session, and not a therapy session. And the another disclaimer is this is not the context and the examples which I am bringing here is not related to my organization or the current assignment which I am going through. This is purely based on the observations and the market research and based on the client's information which I get outside of my organization and the outside of my assignment. Okay. So let me ask this question to all the participants. What is the most buzzword you hear in the current world now? Just type it in the chat. What is the most buzzword in the current market? Yes. So everyone says it's AI. Yes. So our topic is more related to the AI. But when you hear AI, what is that one thing comes to your mind? Either positive or negative, just type it in the chat. What is that one thing which comes to your mind when you hear AI? It could be anything. What comes to you? Job security, future, yes, limited positive, yes. So based on some conversations with the clients, what I observed when they hear AI, more than the positive, they hear negative because of so many other things which are influencing their thoughts. Okay, so let's going to understand one by one. So in this session, and when I shared this topic with few of my colleagues, the first question they asked is, so you mentioned the title as mental health for men in the AI. Why it is only men? So even though there are women working in the AI space, especially in the IT industry or maybe non-IT, but why it is more, you are emphasizing more on the men's mental health. Okay. So maybe I will ask this question to the participant. What is the major difference you see when it comes to the men's mental health versus women mental health when it comes to the social context? Anything which is comes to your mind? The one thing, maybe let me put this in this way. So men are socially conditioned to appear strong, capable, and in control. Men are socially conditioned, right? How many of you agree with my statement? Men are socially conditioned to appear strong and not to cry in front of anyone. Agree? Yes, type it in the chat. Yes, yes, most of you agree. So that's why our topic is more emphasizing more on the men's mental health in the AI era. Okay, let's quickly jump in. And one request to all the participants, if there are any questions, please post it in the chat and we will address them at the end of the session. We have few mentors here. In case I could not answer any of them professionally, we have our mentors or the counseling psychologists who are professionally certified. They can answer and we can also share certain resources which can help you further. Okay. Yes, men grow up in such a way. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to just share my screen and let's make this session more interactive. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a therapy session. So it's a kind of an interactive session. You can share your experiences, your examples. And one disclaimer again, in case you feel anything is confidential, please directly post it to me directly here. Or in case anything you feel can be shared with this group, considering this is a safe space, you can share it here. Okay? Thank you. And myself, I am Nagesh. I completed my master's in psychology. I am a team coach and recently started taking the additional responsibility to drive AI adoptions in the AI space. Okay, so today's topic, as we discussed, it's men's mental health in the AI era. Okay, so this is especially we are focusing more on human mind, that is our thoughts in the AI enabled world, how it is influencing and what kind of thoughts we get. That is something which we are going to explore. Okay, and the three things which we are going to learn more focused, that is the understanding or noticing our thoughts, the snowballing, what is snowballing, and what is that one action that we can take. So here is the flow for today's topic. Like what kind of triggers which are happening in the AI era. Okay. And what is that snowball effect based on the thoughts which are coming in? So what is the snowball effect which can help us to understand how it is influencing our thoughts and how it is impacting our behavior, how it is impacting our health? That is something which we are going to explore. And we are going to learn about EAR technique. That is what is EAR, how it is how it will help us to reframe the thought, our thoughts, and the five relatable examples. So these examples are more related to the working space, especially in the IT context and non-IT context as well, because the AI is everywhere now. And there are few interactive practice examples which we're gonna do at the end of the session. And we are also going to talk about three circles of life, and we are also going to share few coping cards which will help you further. Okay. And in case you have anything you would like to share, we have chat window open. So please do share whatever the thoughts comes to you during your conversation, reflections, or any questions you have. You can post it in the chat. Okay, first we'll understand. Okay, if there are any questions, I will look at them at the end because I could not open chart window side by side. So let's understand what is snowball effect. And I will ask this question how it is related to our particular topic today. So if you see the left hand side in the image, that is something starts as a small, like if you see any snowball which is rolling from an Everest or maybe from a mountain, it starts as very slow. The moment it starts scrolling down, it will start collecting the ice particles, remaining ice particles, and it will become more larger, become bigger and bigger. Okay, and if you see the curve, it's small. It starts small, very small, and the moment it starts cooling, it start attracting or maybe collecting all the remaining particles, it will become bigger and bigger. If you see there is one curve here which is nowhere, you will be going back to this point, and this is where if you see any small negative thought that happens, the triggers, which is actually collecting more negative thoughts, and it will become bigger and bigger over a period of time, and this is the flow that's how it become larger in your life. So if you see the flow, the small negative thought, it will be repeated negative thoughts. It will become like fear. It will become or create fear. It create doubt. It will create assumptions, and that's how it will lead to stress. And sometimes you will become silent. And some clients they become avoid the related the work, and you will become more emotional snowball. So what we need to do? It is not that something which we cannot stop. We cannot stop our thoughts. Thoughts keep on coming in. What we need to do? Examine the thought and how you reframe the thought. If it is negative, if it is positive, how you accept it. That is something which we are going to learn. Okay. And if I ask you this question, what is your earliest warning sign when you have repeated thoughts? Either you can post it in the chat, either you sense it in your repeated thoughts, or maybe you have tense in your body, or sleep change happens, irritability happens, or sometimes you avoid that particular task which you need to perform. So, what is that earliest warning sign you observe when you have a negative thought? Just post it in the chat. And this is how it starts slowly, that the small trigger. And now we will explore more further, but in this particular slide, which I'm going to explain, is how it is a small trigger can become an start attracting more negative thoughts, becoming an automatic thought, and which will have an impact on your emotions, that will indirectly have some impact on your body, and you will start observing your behaviors changes coming in. And, and this is how the thought will become more bigger. The way the snowball will become more bigger, it starts rolling from a mountain or a hill. This is how it will become more bigger. Okay. Anything come to your mind? What is the earliest warning sign that you observe? Either a repeated thought, or you may experience some tense in your body, or some changes in the sleeping pattern, and how you are responding to your colleagues, or maybe to your family members that you observe. Just post it in the chat. Yes, feels anxious. Yes. So let's do some small exercise here. If you all see on the screen, just with your thumb finger and what is this finger as? These two fingers hold your ear like this and gently close your eyes and identify what are the prominent thought you get. Just identify that. So there will be a lot of thoughts coming in, but identify a prominent thought and close your eyes and identify whether, just examine the thought, whether it's an useful thought or is it a positive thought. Accept it if it is a positive thought. Okay. If it is negative, reframe the thought. Okay. Reframe the thought. We will come up with some examples, then we can explore about this. Just as of now, keep that prominent thought with you as of now. And as we go through these examples, you will understand more. Okay. Open your eyes. So the way you have a gatekeeper, like example, you're at home, someone is coming to your house, maybe an unknown person. So do you accept them? Do you welcome them, an unknown person? You generally don't do, right? You just ask them, who are you? Where are you coming from? Maybe Unless you get some confidence that you know about that other person, you will just accept them. Otherwise, you will ask them to leave. So the same way, the same analogy which happens here, when the thoughts trying to enter into your mind, you will examine the thought. And if it is positive, you accept that thought. If it is negative, you reframe that thought. Okay. So this practice is all about reframing, how you can reframe your thoughts, especially in the context of the AI. So most of the time you hear in the news, or maybe when you interact with your colleagues at your workplace, or maybe when you interact with your friends or family members, the one thing which most of the time we hear in this current world is AI will replace me. This is the thought, right? And even it happens with most of us here. So that is the thought. But how do you reframe the thought? Like it has an multiple consequences when you get this thought AI will replace me. There are a lot of thoughts, other thoughts will come in. The way we explained about the snowball, which we explained in the previous slides. So it will start attracting more negative thoughts. It will become more bigger and bigger. The way we have the snowball. Okay. And how you can reframe this thought like AI will replace me. That AI is changing the task. AI is changing the way I am working today, but I can learn one relevant skill and ask for support. This is how we can reframe. Okay. So write one recurring thought in the chart and apply ER and examine it. Just one prominent thought which you get, just write it in the chart. One recurring thought which you experience now. Any thought, any recurring thought or making you feel discomfort or any negative thought. Type it in the chart. Okay. Now let's go with some more examples, then you will get more understanding about this. So these are some of the snowball thoughts, like example, new AI tool is introduced. So when you are working in the projects, so every day some are the other features coming in, the new tools coming in. Like examples, one day they say that use GitHub Copilot, they introduce Cursor over a period of time, and they come up with few more other tools like ChatGPT or Gemini or maybe any other thing which they can explore. So the moment when new things are getting influenced or introduced in the projects, so that's where the snowball effect starts. Like few more things like seeing others use AI confidently. So this, some of you might experience this at your workplace. Some of your colleagues might be experiencing exploring AI more and they feel confident. You may see them, they are using AI confidently. And the conversations about automation and the pressure to learn faster. So there are many organizations who are expecting the employees to adapt to AI very fast because their clients are expecting to adapt to AI because the new ways of working coming in very soon. And comparison with tech savvy colleagues. Example, some of the non-engineering background people like me. When I look at tech savvy colleagues, I may feel that low self-esteem coming in, right? And this is the last one which I observe most very common is I must stay strong, not talk, especially in the men context, because men are conditionally, as we discussed, socially conditioned not to express about their mental health or not to get help because they are conditional. conditioned to be strong, right? So each of these trigger is looks like a very small, but repetition turns into emotional weight. So this looks very small, but over a period of time, this will become bigger and bigger if we don't take action at the right time. Okay. So put it in the chart, which is more relevant or more you experience at your workplace. Out of this, six snowballs which starts. Put it in the chart. Anyone experience any of this? Taking challenges with lesser knowledge in AI and taking the support to overcome it. Yes. Any other challenges you experience? And sometimes, even though some are from non-technical background, but still when someone start exploring, they say like, hey, I'm using Gemini, I'm using ChatGPT, then sometimes we wonder how they are using it. So that creates some kind of an low self-esteem. We feel low self-esteem, right? And once you start exploring, then only you will get confidence. So these are the initial triggers, the snowball effect, right? And why five common snowballs for men's mental health in the AI era? This is not based on my own assumptions. This is based on some research and based on the surveys which are being circulated or being happening across industries, not only just IT, irrespective of the industry, this is happening. So the first thing, which is the major one, is AI will replace me. Okay, this is a snowball, and everyone. This is the negative thought which is coming in, and the second one, everyone else is ahead of me. So this thought will also get the second place. The third one is I should handle stress silently. So this is where I chose my topics, especially to the men's mental health, because most of the men are not sharing their stress, they're not taking help in the teams. And because of this, because of the AI era, and because of the fear of losing job, some of the associates they are feeling that I must be available for 24 by 7 throughout the day because I may lose job if I am not available. Okay, and my worth is my productivity. This is something which everyone is facing in the current market now. So we will unpack each what are the trigger points which we have and the thought chain and how it is impacting, how we can use EAR technique so that we can reframe our thoughts and we can get into the action instead of just thinking. Okay. Any questions so far? Just put it in the chat if there are any questions. We will take it before we move on. Otherwise, we are good. Okay. So I'm just coming up with some examples. Just try to relate. And AI will replace me. How this snowball grows. If you see, the person hears that one more AI tool or automation are being introduced. This is the trigger point. That someone, like take an example in a project, there is a new GitHub Copilot or cursor is introduced. The moment when new AI tool is introduced, so the first thing trigger which comes, then thought comes is AI will replace me. And the next thought is this is how the thoughts keep on growing. The negative thoughts that my skills are becoming useless, others are learning faster than me, I'm falling behind, I may lose respect or stability, I should hide my confusion, I cannot ask for help. Okay? So the participants who are here, any of you experience these thoughts? Any of the thought here? Just type it in the chat. Yes or no? Yes. Right. So what do we need to do? Yes, 1 and 3. AI will replace me, others are learning faster than me. Yes. This happens. Yes. So what do we need to do when you have this thought or the trigger comes in? What you need to do? So this has an multiple consequences, like you may experience anxiety about your future, loss of confidence, irritability or sleep issues come in, avoidance of learning, overworking to prove value, silence due to fear of judgment. Silence due to fear of judgment. If I say that I'm not learning anything, I don't know AI, then someone will judge. This is the fear we have in the current world. So just put it in the chart. Any of you have this? Any of you experience this in the list which are mentioned here? Anxiety about future, loss of confidence, sleep issues, avoidance of learning, overworking to prove value that you are learning or you are there, silence due to fear of judgment. Just put it in the chart. And how you can apply this EAR technique. That E means you are examining the thought, as we learned, and A means accept if it is positive, and R means reframe or reject if it is negative. So mostly we'll focus on the reframe, how you can reframe the negative thought to get into action. Okay, that is something which we are going to learn. Let's take an example. Examine the thought, any of these thoughts, the negative thoughts which you get it. Is it 100% true? What is the source? What what can AI support? What human sense remain? Like example, when you get this thought like AI will replace me, is it 100% true? That is something which you need to examine the thought. And what are the other human thought strengths which will remain? Like what are the things, what are the tasks which will be replaced by AI, and what are the thoughts which are not replaced by AI? And there are some areas where AI cannot replace. That everyone agree, right? So what we need to accept is AI is changing the way we are working today. It is not going to replace human being. It is changing the way we are working today, and we need to adapt to the situation. So adoption is useful. Okay, that is the EAR technique when you can apply when you get a thought. So E means examine the thought, and A means accept if it is useful or positive, and reframe. R means reframe. If you need to, if it is a negative thought, you need to reframe it so that you can take action. Okay. So the small actions what you can take is learn one AI feature instead of repeatedly focusing on your negative thoughts that I am not learning anything, I am not focusing on anything. So start with a small task like start one AI feature. So even 2 years ago, I had the same situation. So I started exploring the features of Gemini or maybe ChatGPT. That's how I started exploring GitHub Copilot in my workplace. I started using GitHub Copilot features, but I started with a very basic small thing. Okay. And ask a colleague for help. So in the context of men's mental health, instead of again going to the stressful situations, ask a colleague for a help. That hey, how I can learn AI, or can you please help me with this feature which can help me in my project. Okay. And there are multiple trainings are being conducted in every organization. Go through certain trainings and get help, and try to one come into one practical use case and get and identify a use case and discuss learnings with your mentors or with your colleagues so that you will start gaining that knowledge from your community. Okay. So the snowball stops when we move from fear to learning. The snowball stops when we move from fear to learning. Okay. One study step at a time. Don't focus on multiple things at a time, which will make you feel overwhelmed, but study and start focusing on one by one. Okay. Any questions here? Put it in the chart. This is the one example. How many of you relate to this particular thought, to the snowball? Yes, I'm not taking the names because of making this space more safer. Yes, a few of you responded as yes, this is more relevant. Okay. And the next comes here. I'm just checking my time in the interest of time. It's 35 minutes over. Okay, I quickly jump on to the next one. So everyone else is ahead of me. That in the AI space, most of us, we think that other colleagues or other people are learning fast. I'm little behind, which is indirectly creating some, making us feel low self-esteem, right? So there is one analogy which I would like to get it, bring it here. You have pen, pencil, a sketch pen, right? So every object has its own importance. There is nothing like something is important, something is not important. Like example, you have pencil, which will help you to sketch some drawing or maybe a picture, something like that. You have a pen. Pen has its own importance in writing exams and all. And even in the space, we cannot use a pen. Not sure right now, but in a space, if you need to write it, you need to use a pencil. So every object has its own importance. So you are also have some importance in your workplace that no one can replace you. Everyone has their unique capabilities. That is something. Okay. So a person sees colleagues using AI quickly, creating outputs or speaking confidently. This is the trigger point that which will make you get this thought that everyone else is behind of me. Okay, that comparison will start coming in. Okay, so how many of you relate to either of these trigger points which you see on the screen? Like everyone is behind, ahead of me, I am slow, maybe I am not smart enough, I should already know this particular topic about AI or usage of AI. If I ask questions, people may judge me because this is something new. If I say I have 18 years of experience, if I say that I don't know about this topic, how they feel or how they judge me. So instead of that, I will stay quiet. So I will start avoiding using this tool. Some of the associates in the projects, they don't use any AI tool because it's not that they don't want to explore, but these are the trigger points. They feel like everyone is ahead of me. How can I take help? So I should be quiet. Otherwise, if I ask for help, someone would judge me. So these are the thoughts keep on coming in. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So what do we need to do as an so if you see the psychological impact, they may feel shame if I don't learn or maybe not learning fast, they may feel shame, self-doubt come in, avoidance, reduced participation, fear of asking questions, learning paralysis, low confidence, loss of confidence. This is something which come in. So how any of you relate to this psychological impact at this time, which you can post it in the chat. Okay. How you can apply EAR techniques. Again, we are just quickly go through how you can examine is everyone really ahead, because sometimes some associates they feel like they give some show off like I know everything kind of thing, which is sometimes making us feel low self-esteem. But everyone has their own path, own speed, own way of learning, so we need to accept that. Some people may have more exposure or practice. Okay, so when you get this thought, you need to reframe. I may be at a different learning stage. I can grow steadily through practice. Okay, and with this reframing thought, which you can take some small actions that ask one question safely, pair for 15 minutes with your colleagues or maybe with your community where you can explore these AI capabilities, practice one AI prompt or use case, join a learning group. So there are many learning groups on the AI side. You can join any of the learning groups, start with small and you will get confidence. Okay. Set a weekly micro goal. Maybe keep a small goal that initial first week I will start understanding the prompt engineering and I will come up with a small use cases. Then start exploring how your GitHub Copilot will work or Cursor will work, and start creating the agents. So that's how you will start growing faster. Okay. Comparison makes the snowball faster. Curiosity slows it down. Any questions so far? Put it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get into the third example. In the interest of time, what is the time now? 40. Okay. So we have few more minutes. but I'm just going with a glimpse of third example. I should handle stress silently. Silent snowball. A person feels pressure or uncertainty but believes talking about it will look weak. How many of you experience that when you don't know anything, when you don't know something about AI or maybe any other thing? How many of you feel that this snowball, silent snowball? Put it in the chat. If I ask, people may judge me, or maybe if I speak, I will look weak. Because in the context of men, I must manage everything alone. Okay? And the psychological impact move from silence to support. This is what we need to do. Emotional isolation. This is the psychological impacts we see. Emotional isolation, anger or irritability, fatigue, sleep problems coming, relationship strain, burnout issues. There is something because you don't share or get help from anyone, and over a period of time, you will see that burnout issues coming in. Delayed help seeking. These all are the things. And how you can apply here the TR technique, examine what is the thought coming in, the silence, is silence helping? What is the cost of it? Who is one safe person? I want to be responsible and not burden to others. You want to be responsible. Speaking early is responsible self-care. Support helps makes stay steady. Always it is not that who is getting help or ask seeking for support is not weak. They are strong actually. Instead of getting into the burnout issues. And one small actions which you can get in is message a trusted person when you really look for support and speak to a counselor when you have burnout issues. Gets help from the counselors, professional counselor, psychologist, or professional medical support. Get professional medical support. Tell your family you feel overloaded, and this is something when it comes to the men context, like in a family even you may experience, you may not be from the same background coming in from the IT industry or maybe non-IT where AI is growing fast. But when your spouse or when your friends experience these burnout issues or emotional isolation, so please talk to them and if required, get some professional support. Okay. Silence may look strong outside, but sometimes it makes the snowball heavier inside. Right? Any questions so far? Okay. Most of you are related to these topics. Okay. So, how many of you experience this, especially in the working space, irrespective of the industry? I must be available 24 by space, especially in the AI context. So, some of you might be thinking that if I am not available 24 by 7, my job may go away, or maybe I will lose my job, or my manager will take away my job, someone will fire me. So, how many of you experience this in the current context in the AI? Okay. So, that's kind of an insecurity. The social insecurity is causing all these thoughts coming in, like I must always be available, I don't respond quickly, then people think that I am not committed. If I rest, I will fall behind. I should keep checking messages. I cannot switch off. I am exhausted, but I must continue. So sometimes we feel exhausted, but still we feel that we need to be available because of various reasons. So we have a fear of missing something. So yesterday we have one seminar. Maybe you can go to that seminar. What is that? Fear of missing. And the psychological impact, burnout issues, poor sleep, constant alertness, reducing patience, reduced family connection, and this will indirectly impact the family connections as well, loss of personal time, emotional numbness. This can happen. So examine the thought whether you need to be really 24 by 7 available. Who is expecting that? Is it really expected? There is something which we need to reframe and then take the small actions which are required. Okay. I'm just moving quickly with the example of fifth. Just to let me know how many of you relevant or relate to this fifth example. My worth is my productivity. Identify snowball. This is identify snowball. Okay. And move from output machine to human being. Like, am I only valuable when I produce? What else gives me meaning? So sometimes we in the AI space, we think that we need to work harder continuously. So this is the thought which actually triggers. Like, we are human beings, we need rest. So we need to understand that we are human beings, not output machines. Okay. So snowball, what is the connection between the snowball effect with ER technique? If you see here, you notice, you examine your thought. If it is, whether it's a positive or negative, you just pause it for a minute or for a second and you examine the thought. If it is positive, you accept it. If it is negative, you will reframe the thought and you will act upon it. Okay. The 6-step flow from snowball to study action. Notice the first thought. So so if you ask me out of this overall context, so the early you identify or examine your thought, the negative thought, if you take action, then it will be a very positive side. If it is not, then it has its own consequences. So identify or examine your thought if it is negative. So if you see the sequence, so notice your first thought, pass before believing it. Especially in the AI context, many people say that AI will replace my job or AI will take away my job. But before that, pause it and understand whether that is true or not, and examine the evidence which you have in the market and accept if it is positive. If it is negative, then reframe it and take one small action based on that. So if you see the one thought, AI will replace my job, but you just fast and understand with the facts that whether either AI will really replacing my job, or else is it changing the way I'm working today, or else is it just replace some of my tasks which are repeatable, but still my value is still there because I am a human being. My human connect will still there, and I have the value to showcase my wisdom, the values, the human connect on the floor. Okay, that is the positive thought which you can take. And if it is really you need to get into actions, what are the tools or the skills which I need to learn? That is something which we need to come up with an action plan. Okay. So quickly, maybe in the chart, just look at this slide, and after the few seconds, we will ask you to close your eyes, or maybe just put it in the chart. Choose a snowball thought out of this list. Which one is more you experience or more you experience? AI will replace me. I am behind everyone. I should handle stress silently. I must always be available. My worth is my productivity. Just post it in the chart. Okay. And then you will, if the thoughts keep rolling it, what it might become. Any of your thoughts out of this list, if it is keep rolling, what might it become? Either fear, it will create fear, or it will make you feel overworking, or make you feel avoid that particular task, or make you feel silent, or create anger, or create burnout issues, or you withdrawal from that activity. Okay, apply EAR technique. What is the evidence? Always use this EAR technique. Examine the thought, accept it if it is positive, and reframe it if it is negative. Create a balanced statement. Like, AI is changing the way I am working today, but I can learn step by step and still bring human value. That human value AI cannot replace. Choose one small action, ask one question, set some boundaries within your workspace, talk to trusted person if you feel overwhelmed or feel anything if you are going through any of the psychological issues which we learned in the previous slides. So talk to your professionals or talk to your friend who can help you to get a professional support. Okay. And you have a pen and paper, right? So in the interest of time, quickly I will explain this. So you have a pen and paper. So put three circles as shown in the picture. One is left side, one circle, on the right side, one another circle, and at the bottom, one more circle. The first circle, name it as circle of control. So you might be wondering why I need to do this activity. This is three circles of life. This will help you to manage your stress, because the AI which you are making you feel overwhelmed or maybe fear or anything which is creating some negative thought, then this activity will help you to identify or manage your stress. So keep three circles. The first circle, name it as circle of control, and the right side the circle which you may can call it as circle of influence, and at the bottom which you see the third circle is circle of acceptance. So in the first circle, circle of control. So what are the things especially in the context of AI and in the AI world? What are the activities that come which in your control? So put all of them into your control. Like example, instead of thinking about AI will replace my job, what I can do? Like I can focus on my learning or upskill or upgrade my skills and keep some boundaries on my work. Like example, I am available for some 9 to 6 or maybe 9 to 7, but after that I will focus on my learning, keeping the boundaries and maintaining the sleep patterns, like what are the timings you would like to go on a sleep, so which will help you during this journey. And asking for help, which is very, very important. If you don't know anything or if you want to learn something new topic about AI, asking for help, that is something which are in your control. So list down all the things which are in your control, and the left side, put all of them in the circle of influence. That is, you can divide the circle of influence into two parts. Okay. And the first, the top half of the part, half of the circle is uncontrolled, uncontrolled or impact on us. The things which are uncontrolled or which has impact on us. Like example, you have pandemics, like the current geographical conflicts which arise, like example, US and Iran war, or maybe any other world wars which are happening, or country wars between, or the conflicts between two countries or three countries. That is something which are not in our control, that are uncontrolled, but has an impact on us. Those are coming in the first half of the part in the circle. Okay, maybe some kind of pandemics, diseases. Those are the things which are not in your control, which you make you feel overwhelmed. But these are not in our control. Like you might be wondering, like some of the projects get replaced with complete AI. They are removing their associates because of the global economic conditions or maybe because of the war conflicts. But these are not in our control, which you need to write it in the top of the circle. And the second circle in the half of the circle in the bottom, that can be influenced by us or we get influenced. Like media, you may hear a lot of news coming in, or you may hear from your friends that AI will replace, AI will take away our job. It could be those things. And at the third circle, which is very, very important, like what all are the things you need to accept. Like example, not everyone will get an opportunity to work in the AI projects. That is something which you need to accept. And not everyone go with the same speed as others, or everyone has their own learning pace, which we need to accept. and everyone is unique especially in the AI context that we need to accept. Okay, so these are the things. So now we are coming at the end of the session. So takeaway coping card, the 60 seconds reset. Like when my mind starts snowballing, I will take a breath, inhale, exhale, repeat 3 rounds, which will make your mind calm. And the name, this is a snowball thought. Okay, the small trigger point. What is the trigger? Identify and name it, and use EAR technique, especially when you have that thought coming into your mind, or maybe whatever it may be the thought. Examine the thought, accept if it is helpful or useful, if it is positive, and reframe it if it is not useful. If it is negative, reframe it, and put the thought in either of these 3 circles which you learned: control circle, influence circle, or acceptance circle. And still, if it is not helping you, then we always recommend you to take support from the professionals, professional psychologist or professional medical support which you required, or speak to a trusted person or professional. Okay. The support is the strength. Who is the strongest person? Men are always strong, but not that we need to break this stigma that men are socially conditioned not to take help, or not to cry, not to take support, or be strong. So we are going to break that stigma in this special AI era, and we are going to take help from the trusted person, or talk to your friends or counselor, take professional counselor support, and take medical support if it is required, and keep work boundaries. That not that men always work, always productive. We also sometimes our energy goes down, sometimes go up, but we always have keep certain boundaries even at workplace, and seek help. The snowball effect begins with a small thought. In the AI era, the thought may be about replacement, comparison, pressure, silence, or productivity. But if you don't examine it, if you don't examine the thought, it gathers fears and become bigger, as we see in the snowball effect. So EAR technique will help us becoming as a gatekeeper. The way you have a gatekeeper who don't allow anyone inside unless he examine or maybe understand who is that person. The same way we use this EAR technique as a gatekeeper. We allow the thoughts only which are helpful or which are positive. If it is a negative, if it is not useful for us, we'll reframe the thought before we accept the thought. Okay? Take small healthy action, which is very, very important. So this is all about the session. And coming to my journey with Manojagruti, I would like to thank Manojagruti team and the Sudisha Counseling Center, all the mentors who are here on this webinar, and special thanks to Geeta ma'am for all the support throughout my journey. I started my journey maybe before 2022 itself, but when I completed uh, my master's in psychology, I got enrolled for a 6 months diploma, that is Sahaya course. But before that, I finished my internship with Manojagruti, the Sudisha Counseling Center, as part of my MA psychology course. I finished my internship, and lot of great learnings here. The way how you practice your skills, that is something very, very important. You deal with your clients and you deal with your different cases. So all the skills which I learned so far, which I explained here, all are coming from Manojagruti. And I'm still practicing my uh, taking clients in the guidance of Dr. Geeta Chilla ma'am, who is here. And she is my mentor. And Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, she is another mentor. All the mentors are here in this webinar. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. And there is greater exposure You will get some experience by learning, not only just learning, but you will also get opportunity to implement those skills which you learn. You'll get exposure. Okay. This is the powerful closing line which I would like to share. That the snowball does not become big immediately. It grows because it keeps rolling. In the same way, stress grows when thoughts keep repeating without pause. So the earlier we notice and reframe, the easier it becomes to protect mental well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagesh.
That's all from my
Uh,
side.
Thank you so much. Well done. And as always, Nagesh, uh, he is one of the, again, very dynamic student counselor of Manojagriti. And he is the one of the most passionate and motivated counselor whom I saw, and a great support to Manojagriti in different uh, events. And he is the first person stand who will be in front when I need support. It's not for one event, it's been for series of events. He was supporting Manoj. Very good, very good, and well done. And his session is the last session. Today's session is the last session for this series of mental health. I'm very happy that we concluded or we completed this series
Mm.
without any break, without any problem, without any issues coming in. And in this process, there are so many people who are with us. So Vijay Lakshmi ma'am was there always behind the screen, helping all of us and maintaining this program series. Then Pratima was there, Maheshwari was there. Sometimes Srivali was helping. So it's like it was a nice, I should say, teamwork. And James, who is our social media in charge, who is helping us with the poster, social media posting or YouTube live, everything. So good. Again, good job, all of you. Without you, there is no Manojagriti. And Manojagriti means counselors, Manojagriti means psychologists. So you are there. So organization is there. And this 1 month, uh, 30 programs more. No, the plan was not done so long. Let me tell you the truth. We didn't plan for this series ahead of time, and it was matter of 1 day. For your information, the series started just 1 day before. The idea of having this awareness webinars was a 1 day old, and then we started, and the great support of our uh, different counselors and supervisors was so great. And every one of you, I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, to all the speakers. It's not just I'm telling you formally, but yes, it is a truth, because uh, every day, conducting session online is not a small thing. We see many people, uh, they try to spend days together to plan for a webinar, but our counselors, it was like a cakewalk for them. All of them, they just chose the topic, they prepared their slide, just get back to us with some, for some feedback. Then they flow like water. And if you see, we will prepare the playlist of the entire 30 webinars, and we'll share the playlist. I want all of you to, whoever listening to this, watch all the webinars again once again. As you know, mental health is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey. It's a process. So let us continue. And it's not one day affair. Today we listen, we understand, over not. Until, this will continue until your body is there, mind is there. And last time, I think last 1 day or 2 days before in a webinar, I told you that This knowledge is a resource. This knowledge about different things is a resource. But knowing something doesn't mean anything. If you apply it, if you use it, that will become more powerful and more, you become more resourceful. Um, so just wanted to maybe tell you two more statements that healthy body is definitely important, but a healthy body without a healthy mind doesn't make any sense. I repeat, healthy body is important, but healthy body without a healthy mind is doesn't make any sense. So let us understand body, mind, both should be healthy. Mental health and physical health both are important. And this 1 month series today we are concluding doesn't mean that we are ending this journey. Always we come up with a new project, new series, new events in coming future. So we are planning for a big event shortly, that will be announced, and we welcome all of you to come back. And I think, yes, let us continue to learn about mental health, apply these techniques into your daily life, and be happy, healthy, and all the best for your future. Over to Nagesh to conclude formally. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining here. And as ma'am said, we will be sharing this webinar series links in the YouTube. It's already recorded. So all these sessions which happened for the last 1 month, those are recorded, which are available on YouTube. We will share these links in the groups. And those who missed to attend the previous webinars, please do watch it. And as ma'am mentioned, these all are resources which are being shared by all the professional counseling psychologists, which are helpful. And yeah, with that, I mean, I just ask with the curiosity, how many of these participants relate to the topic today? Just say yes in the chat here. Okay. So the first thought which came to my mind when I am taking AI,
Gita, hi.
yes,
నా పేరు
someone would
శకుంతల.
like to. Yes, yes.
హలో.
Hello.
చెప్పండి అక్క, శకుంతల గారు చెప్పండి.
ఓకే ఓకే. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ నేను గీత థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పాలండి. నేను ఈ 1 month నుంచి వింటున్నాను కదా, ఒక ఏంటి ఇనుముకు అయస్కాంతం ఎలా పట్టిందో టైం కాగానే జాయిన్ కావాలి అనే ఆలోచన ఉందండి నాకు. అలా ఉంది, చాలా బాగుంది గీత.
థ్యాంక్ యూ,
చాలా
థ్యాంక్ యూ,
చాలా
థ్యాంక్ యూ,
బాగుంది.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో
ఇంకా
మచ్.
అన్ని వెబినార్స్ బాగున్నాయండి, ప్రతిరోజు వింటున్నాను. కానీ ఇంకా ఏంటంటే నాకు ఒక డౌట్ ఏంటంటే, మీకు తెలుగులో ఉంటే బాగుండేమో అనిపించింది. అంటే కొంచెం ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థమయ్యి అర్థం కానట్టు ఉంటది కదా మాకు, అలా.
అవునవును, తప్పకుండా తప్పకుండా అండి, తప్పకుండా. నెక్స్ట్ టైం మనం మళ్ళీ మీ ఇన్పుట్ ఎప్పుడు అనుకుంటా ఉంటాము, ఎప్పుడు కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాము, కానీ ఇంకా కొన్నిసార్లు ఆ ఫ్లోలో ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. బట్ డెఫినెట్లీ కమింగ్ ఫ్యూచర్, ఈ రానున్న రోజులలో తెలుగు వెబినార్ సిరీస్ కూడా చేద్దాము. అండ్ ఏది చేసినా తెలుగుకు కూడా పెద్దపీట వేస్తాము రానున్న రోజులలో. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అక్క.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you. Anyone would like to share their experience out of this series or maybe today's topic?
Sir, I'd like to sincerely thank you for taking this session. It was really insightful, sir. And at the same time, I would also like to thank Geeta ma'am for giving all of us such a wonderful platform to explore our strengths, and also sharing the knowledge and gaining the knowledge. This last 1 month has been a wonderful experience. This is the first experience for me, but it has been really wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
నేను కూడా క్లోజ్ చేసే ముందు ఒక విషయం చెప్పాలి మ్యామ్. 30 days ప్రోగ్రామ్ అని మీరు సడన్ గా ప్లాన్ చేయగానే ఎలా తీసుకెళ్తాము స్పీకర్స్ అన్నది చాలా సందిగ్ధత ఉండింది. కానీ ఎస్, మన మనోజాగృతి టీం మెంబర్స్ అందరు ముందుకు రావడము చేయడానికి నాకు కూడా చాలా ఈజీ అయింది మ్యామ్. సో ఇంత పెద్ద ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇచ్చినందుకు మీకు చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ మ్యామ్. అంటే నేను ఇంత చేయగలనా అనేది నాకు డౌట్ ఉంది, కానీ ఎస్, యూ హావ్ గివెన్ ఆపర్చునిటీ తెలుసుకున్నా. థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
Well done, well done, well done, Pratima and Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Both of them were
Thank you,
always
ma'am.
across ప్రతిరోజు కూడా టైం ఇచ్చారు అండ్ డైలీ చాలా చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా సెషన్స్ తీసుకొని పోయారు మీరు. సో గుడ్ జాబ్, గుడ్ జాబ్. ఎస్,
ప్రతిమ నాకు బ్యాకప్
చెప్పండి.
ప్రతిమ నాకు బ్యాకప్ లాగుంది మ్యామ్. ఒకవేళ నేను ఏదన్నా నాకు మిస్ అయితే ఇక్కడ తను ఫుల్ గా సపోర్ట్ ఉంటుంది.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for it's a pleasure. It's my pleasure, ma'am.
Okay, yes sir. Let's conclude with a nice bye bye and wish them all the best for their future and
Ma'am, I
Sure.
want to say something, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much, ma'am. I think it has been a very wonderful 31 webinars continuously. It's not a small task. I think I've really done it very well. Thank you very much. I think they are all been insightful and useful for us.
Thank you, sir. Pawan would like to share anything? Okay, I think we are good then. Thanks everyone, and have a great evening. And I am repeating this again. So all the webinars were recorded, which are available on YouTube. We will share the link. Pawan is unable to unmute. Let me unmute. Yeah, I just unmuted.
Hi Nagesh, thanks for wonderful session. It was really nice. I did not expect this much, but it was really fantastic. Like the way it was fully professional actually, very understandable, very able to like a spoon feeding session actually. Thanks for the good session.
Thank you, Pawan, for sharing the feedback. Thank you. Thanks everyone. I think it's a great evening. I'm sure we all learned something new today. And with that hope, we will share this webinars link again, which are available on the YouTube, and go through it. And in case you have any questions, anything, you can reach out in the group with it, and you can take support from the professionals. Thank you. Thanks once again, and thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am and Pratima ma'am, for your patience listening. I mean, I know back end how much happens. So thank you so much for your patience and the support throughout this webinar series, and especially in my case. Thank you.
దేవకి తను మెన్షన్ చేస్తుంది ప్రతిరోజు ఈవినింగ్ అలారం పెట్టుకొని మరి సెషన్స్ వింటుందని.
Excellent.
ఓకే దెన్.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
ma'am.
great evening, and we'll see you all again soon with again new webinar series, probably with other event or a webinar. See you all soon. Thank you.